Are you thinking of moving to Central Alberta? In this video, we're going to tell you the pros and cons of living in Red Deer. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to give you a little best kept secret that you don't want to miss. So if this is your first time on our channel, thanks for joining us. And you want to know everything about living in Central Alberta, please subscribe and click on the bell below and get all your notifications. So my name is Jason. This is my wife, Shalane, and the rest of our team. We're the Walls Real Estate Group. We get calls and emails from people just like you every single day looking to move to Central Alberta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, we'd love to help you. So give us a call, shoot us a text or a message or even an email. All our information is below, and we'll help you make a smooth transition to Central Alberta. So let's dive into the pros of living in Central Alberta. Specifically today, we're talking about Red Deer. So Red Deer is an ideal place to relocate if you're searching for a new job. Red Deer's employment rate is quite low. There's lots of different industries, such as oil field, gas production, agriculture, manufacturing, food and beverage, hospitality, recreational. Just a few of the career opportunities that we have here in Red Deer that can help you with your advancement. Aspiring entrepreneurs also benefit from Red Deer's positive business community.
Yeah, they sure do. We are home to many great entrepreneurs that if you Google Red Deer entrepreneurs, you will see a couple of pages come up with people you might even recognize.
Next pro is quick and easy travel. So Red Deer's size is only just over 100,000 people. So if you look at Calgary and Edmonton, which are about 150 kilometers away on each side of Red Deer, our rush hour doesn't really exist compared to theirs.
Not at all.
So it's an ideal location for commuting with its close proximity to the major Highway 2. Routes would take you right up to Edmonton and down to Calgary on Highway 2 or the QE2. And we travel throughout in no time at all. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get through Red Deer, even during rush hour, other than maybe during Christmas season.
Being located here in the middle of the QE2 between Edmonton and Calgary means that you have quick access to catch that flight, whether you're going on vacation or you need to travel for business regularly. It's not that far of a drive to the airport. One airport's just over an hour and one's about an hour and a half. So either way, you'll get there quick and fast, but you can still have the small city living without the big city traffic.
So the next pro of living in Red Deer is the low cost of living. Specifically the real estate market, it's one of the most affordable markets in Canada. It's certainly less than Calgary and Edmonton, and there's lots of little communities around Red Deer, but Red Deer is the biggest in Central Alberta, and the average house price is about $358,000 right now.
Red Deer is actually the 10th, least expensive, however you want to put it, community, city to live in across the province. So when you're searching for that new home and you're looking at Central Alberta specifically, definitely take a look at Red Deer and the Red Deer stats. And if you don't have access to that, subscribe to our channel, put your information below, click that bell so you can get all the current information, and we would be happy to reach out to you and provide you with all those stats for sold, what's on the market, what's coming on the market, so you can be up to date on your housing search.
And stay tuned for one of our next videos where we have some highlights of the specific communities that we can highlight the pros and cons of them individually. Okay, so our next pro is outdoor recreational facilities in Red Deer. Red Deer has an amazing parks and amazing trail systems. The river valley is obviously very nice. So we've got so much paved trails for people to take their bikes on, with their kids, rollerblades, whatever you want to do. We've got outdoor pools, we have indoor pools, we've got diving boards, just name a few.
We have some stunning golf courses that every husband and even some of those ladies would like to try out. But attached to one of our great golf courses is this man-made lake facility that all the kids and families love to enjoy. It has a man-made lazy river where you can rent tubes, has a lifeguard, you can buy snacks. It's really something beautiful, and that's over at Riverbend. So again, if you've watched our videos, you would see that we've highlighted some of these videos. And if any of this resonates with you, just go back and click on what Red Deer has to offer or recreation facilities, and you will have a in-depth video that will help you tour around our city.
But yes, just touching on golf, there's probably about 7 or 8 really nice golf courses throughout Central Alberta within probably a 40-minute drive. So in the summertime, there's lots to do. We've also got Canyon Ski Area, just a half an hour away from Red Deer as well. It's the biggest non-mountainous ski resort in Alberta, and it's really been expanding the last few years and has a lot of interesting things, a lot of good snow, and they've got tubing in the summertime and weddings and stuff, as well as the skiing in the wintertime.
And we also got a new mountain roller coaster, but it goes down the ski hill because definitely, we don't have a mountain in the heart of our city, but we do have a huge hill, and it's been a big hit this year.
So the next pro of Red Deer is our school system. So we've got an extensive number of both public and Catholic schools. We've got a Spanish school, we've got French immersion, and I think there's about 17 schools in Red Deer.
17 public schools and 21 Catholic schools.
So there's one will suit everybody's needs. So they're located throughout the city, which is really nice. So depending on which part of the city that you choose to move into, you've got lots of options from either way.
That is 100% true. And as we continue to mention through this video, we do have an extensive video on the schools and the education system offered here in Red Deer and our surrounding communities.
So hopefully this information is helping. Please let us know in the comments below. And if you're looking for that school video, we can certainly help you with that as well. Okay, and our last pro for today is a diverse economy. Red Deer has so many different industries, and right now the business is really booming. Unemployment is really quite low. In Red Deer, there's over 62,000 jobs provided by over 4,000 businesses. So for the population we have, there's a lot of different industries ranging from oil and gas, agriculture, hospitality, entertainment.
It's a vast range, as we talked about when we talked about the business opportunities at the beginning of this video. If you're thinking of moving here, you won't have a hard time getting a job at all, a good paying job, and the low cost of living is definitely a recipe for success for you by yourself or for you and your family.
And the city is really open to working with new businesses, especially the county right south of Red Deer, called Gasoline Alley. They are also very open to doing business. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to expand and you're looking for a lower land base, maybe to set up a new business or to move your family and try and relocate, Red Deer is very open and super easy to deal with that way.
All right, so now that we talked about just some of the positives that Red Deer and Central Alberta have to offer, I guess I have to be the bad guy and touch on some of the cons, because what would a pro be without a con? So we all know that here in Alberta we have cold temperatures, and Central Alberta is no different, and certainly here there's Red Deer. So here in Red Deer, our average temperature in January and February, the winter, goes from about -5 to -15 during the day. But I don't want to leave any surprises, and I'll give full transparency. We definitely can dip down to -30 and -40 for a short time. But don't let that skew you from not moving here, because we have so many shops that you can get all that winter gear and be just fine. Now, something we need to touch on that's a little bit more serious than weather as far as a con is the crime in Red Deer. Sadly, Red Deer's crime rate is amongst the highest within the province. When I say that, though, I don't want you to get scared or threatened by that. It's not crimes such as murders or kidnappings or things like that, break and enters. It's mostly theft of vehicles or things left outside. Again, it's nothing to not talk about or mention about, but it's also something that we don't want you to be fearful of. But again, we always want to be honest and transparent and show you everything we can about our beautiful city.
So the nice part with that is the city is very committed to trying to reduce the crime rate. And so they're trying to bring on more officers and more support staff every year. And so it is something that the city does talk about, and we do feel that they are trying to do as best they can. It's just some of the way the economy is or has been through the last few years, and that's why we've seen the increase.
Okay, another thing that is very important to talk about as far as cons in Red Deer, we have such a big city and a growing population that our hospital is trying to grow and keep up to that. And it has undergone many renovations and has been allotted money to continue those renovations and growth. But right now, our hospital wait times are quite high. Having said that, there also is the flexibility and ability to go to some of our surrounding communities that we talk about, Lacombe, Innisfail, Sylvan Lake, that are smaller, and the wait times are smaller. Okay, back to another con. Property taxes in our city. Although we said the cost of living for our houses is the cheapest across the province, our property taxes are higher than some of our surrounding communities. And that is because we are doing our best every day to ensure we can have the most beautiful city and all the facilities that every family and every individual would need or desire, including renovating our recreational facilities, maintaining our parks, adding to our schools, and the list just goes on and on. Also ensuring that we have new buses that are up to date, and just evolving and growing with the way that the other major cities are going.
Yeah, Red Deer has its challenges, I think, and that is why the property taxes are, but they really do a good job. I mean, this year they just did a huge expansion at the GH Daw Center. Like we said, the parkways and the trails and stuff are second to none. So we do see the value. One of the cons that I'm not sure we'll talk about, but is the snow removal. And we sometimes get some complaints from a lot of citizens that the Red Deer doesn't remove snow as it should. And for the property tax we pay, we maybe feel a lot of people that it should be done better, but that's just another thing that we like to point out to people that are coming into town as well.
But if you have a strapping partner, husband like me, it's no problem for them to get out there and shovel or go buy a new snowblower for one of our great businesses around the city, right?
Right.
So now that we've talked about some of the pros and cons, and trust me, we could go on and on about the pros, but you're now maybe wondering and asking yourself, well, is Red Deer right for me? Well, in a recent survey, the quality of life in Red Deer was described as good or very good and has gone up 93% according to the respondents, and gone up 92% to the same respondents as the services and the quality of the services that are offered to Red Deer. Now you'll see in this little headline here, we posted an article that also goes into detail about the respondents and the survey that was put out. So take the time and read that, and you can also dive into the city of Red Deer and go more into depth about the pros and cons of the city and what we have to offer and what we're working on.
So thanks for listening to us so far. Please let us know in the comments below if this information has been helpful to you. All our videos, we want to make them as educational and as valuable as possible. So please take a few minutes, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, whether or not we're on the right track, and if there's any topics that you'd like to hear from us.